This is the Teaching Bites Podcast, episode number 6. What's up?
Welcome to the Teaching Bites Podcast, our unprofessional development resource to take your teaching to the next level. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sharon Jaravata.
Welcome to our show where we share bite-sized ideas, tips, and tricks so you can make them your own, whether you're a brand new teacher or a veteran teacher looking for that extra spark to take your teaching to the next level. We're your hosts, Sharon
and Fred.
And on this episode, we talk about burnt out on teacher burnout. But before we begin, fun fact for the 6th episode. One of our favorite characters from one of our favorite movies of all time, Inigo Montoya takes revenge against the Six-Fingered Man. Do you guys remember the movie where it came from? It comes from The Princess Bride. Remember that movie, Sharon?
Yeah, I got the DVD.
You got the DVD,
That's
but
before streaming.
this is way back a long time ago. I should get it on Apple TV, though. It's pretty good.
I should.
On
I want to see
iTunes.
the extra specials and stuff.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so welcome back, everyone. And
Is it June yet?
nope, unfortunately, it's not. It's actually January, the middle of January, and we just celebrated Martin Luther King's birthday. And nope, it's not yet June.
Yeah, so you might be asking yourself, when is it going to be over?
In about 6 months or so.
Yeah, and right now we just came off from winter holiday this month, the second semester. The kids they know all the routines, they know everything. You got to know them really well already, and how are you going to keep yourself from burning out? So we're going to provide you with some tips that we implement ourselves, and as well as those that we could also take up.
Right.
So here we go. Number 1, very important. Take care of yourself. Exercising, eating well and healthy, having a life. Don't stay at work too late, and also eating your lunch. Sitting down, eating your lunch.
Actually eating your lunch and not just scarfing it down.
Yeah,
right?
and not working through it. For me,
Right.
I go to the teacher's lounge. I need to get away from my classroom to change the setting.
Yeah, I have that bad habit too. I need to get more exercise and eat better. And also, I do work. I work through my lunch, and that's a really bad habit. I know my laptop is available right there, or if I don't have my laptop, I always have my iPhone, and I have to be mindful now of putting it away.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that later. Number 2, declutter. You know how we all have those piles of paper in our desks? Make sure you organize it. Throw those papers away. You don't even know what it is anymore. Just go through it. You will feel a lot better.
Right. Pretty
Number 3, try something new. I've been teaching this family unit for a couple years now, and I've had my students always fill out a paper map. And then I asked you, Fred, remember, what can I do to improve this? And you told me, why don't you use Google Maps, since my school is on and using Google Docs and everything. So it's really a nice twist to change it up. Because if you're bored, then I'm sure your kids will be bored.
Now going back to Google Maps, is it Google Maps or is this Google Earth or combination? It's
Google Maps.
Google Maps, okay.
You can actually save a map. It's different than using it to find directions somewhere. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty amazing.
And that's something new that you did this year,
And
right?
the kids can make labels.
So you innovated.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty cool. You're such an innovator.
Yeah. Number 4, change up your routine. You have your certain blocks for language arts, math. In Tuesdays is PE, maybe Wednesdays are library. It's the same routine. We know they thrive with the routine, but you need to change it sometimes. For example, teachable moments. As we all know, the two amazing climbers, Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgensen, reached the top of El Capitan. They scaled the Dawn Wall.
In Yosemite.
Yeah, in Yosemite, right here, 4 hours away. And I showed my kids video of them climbing. We read about them, and it was just so exciting to talk about, concepts like perseverance and persistence and teamwork.
So you're basically talking about changing your routine once in a while. In this case, you're using current events.
Right.
Right. So.
Right. And sometimes when I'm teaching a subject, you know how things just kind of flow and you keep talking about the next kind of thing. I just, and go, well, forget that lesson. We're just going to learn about this. And it's so valuable. Those are the moments you can't let go.
Right. And, I think that's part of being flexible in your curriculum, in your what you're teaching, being flexible. Sometimes that happens when we live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Blue Angels come in. They're amazing. They come in Fleet Week in October. They're amazing. It's incredible. But you can't get any teaching done. I can't compete against those F-16 jets flying by the Golden Gate Bridge in Alcatraz. All our students, they're all distracted, and rightfully so. I'm distracted also. So, but we're able to, take your time and watch them, but also make it into a teachable moment.
Yep. Very good. Very true. Mm-hmm. Another one is taking mental health day.
It's number 5, right?
Yeah, number 5. Sorry. Number 5, take a mental health day. Take a day off. I know we had the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday today, and we're all off of school. Very blessed. But it's just so nice to take a day off when, everyone's in school. Go work out. Go sit around and do something for yourself. Go out to a great meal.
Now, how does that work with your administration? Do they encourage that once in a while, or how does that work?
Yeah, my principal does encourage us to take care of ourselves. So
okay, yeah, in our school, our heads, they actually encourage us to take a day off out of the regular school day, and just like you said, just don't even check email, don't even do anything school related, and just do what you need to do just to ease your mind. Get off if you need to go work out or just sleep in. That's great.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I think I need to do that more often. But, since we have young kids, I just save them for when they're sick.
Right.
So
we have our boys, we just need to make sure we save them, and it's not a mental health day for us when we do that.
No, it's not. But again, it is nice not to be at school and not, being on the clock.
Right.
So,
Number
all right,
6.
number 6, laughing and smiling. We're all so serious sometimes as teachers. We need to let it loose,
Footloose, yeah.
Yeah.
You should, in Footloose, you should put on those dancing shoes, right?
Yeah.
Laugh, smile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that goes along with that, being happy, doing something spontaneous. There's a lot of research showing that laughter is one of the best medicines for us, for humans. And watch some viral videos on YouTube. Don't get caught up in all that stuff because you can get sucked in. Hours can go by. But, spend a few minutes looking for those funny videos. Play some practical jokes, which I do with my colleagues.
Yeah, you do.
Green. And just have plain fun,
Yeah, enjoy the day.
Yeah, put on a funny podcast, some, comedy albums when you're commuting to work, or coming back home. Those laughters will help you. Even just watching if you have children, not laugh at them, but laugh with them. Sometimes you'll laugh at them.
Sometimes we do laugh at them a lot.
Right. So yeah, laughing and not taking things too seriously. That's important.
Yeah.
Right? Now, moving on to number 7, it has 2 parts. There are 2 books that one I read, and the other one I just am currently reading right now. And really, they're not really reading right now. I don't have time to read. I actually have the audiobooks. The first book is called The Distraction Addiction. That's a really great book, and we actually got to meet the author in our school. He breaks down a lot of the stresses that go along with our addiction to distraction. With the modern technologies happening all over the place, we're always on, and we think we are multitasking, which we are misusing that term. We're actually switch tasking. Multitasking, if you think about it, really is like cooking. You cut the onions, cut the tomatoes, but you're boiling water for the pasta. You are, getting the meat ready. So you are multitasking for one goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're doing many different related tasks for that one goal. Whereas switch tasking, it's different, and most of us are switch tasking. They're reading email, then they're cooking, then they're answering a text, or they're listening to music. So so many things,
It's like unrelated
right
kinds of things.
Right, and it's a lot of different goals.
So would you say that
into one.
the switch tasking?
Maybe not the music part. That can actually help, but the switch tasking, that's what we're really doing, and that's not healthy.
So would you say, I don't know what switch tasking is, but just from what you described, would it be kind of like you just said, you're working on writing an email, and then you're checking something else, but you don't really get all of it done at once. You're just working on it little by little.
Yeah, little by little, and they're not, so you can only concentrate on one part, not as fully as you need to. You are just putting like 10% in your email while you're cooking or so, or your mind is not into it.
So what should you do? Just not have so many tasks to switch to?
Yeah. So in this book, and I want to, there are different strategies, but basically cutting out the clutter, like you said earlier, like reducing email. Email is one of the biggest things right now that is really distracting us and is making us unhealthy. It talks about distraction addiction. The book, it talks about a phenomena called email apnea. It's like sleep apnea, where people hold their breaths, or they don't take a deep breath when they're sleeping, and that actually can give you, they can actually be really unhealthy for you. Well, there are studies showing that when people check their email, especially work email, especially school email from parents or from administrators and so on, people have a tendency to have shallow breaths. They're not breathing well when they're checking their email. So that's actually a phenomenon. Try that out when you check your email today or in the future. Check it out. See if you are breathing when you're checking your email. See how well you're breathing when you're checking that email. The strategy obviously is to be more mindful and really do take deep breaths when you do that, but also decluttering your email. There are strategies how to cut down on the spam and putting in automatic folders and filters, but that's another thing to think about. So the second book is called Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. It's by, the author is called, his name is Greg McKeown, and I just got this book this weekend, but I've heard a lot about this book and how it breaks down all the mess and all the unfocusedness that's happening in our lives, and how to get rid of all that fluff. It talks about how to strategically say no in a way that doesn't make you sound like a jerk, but it's important for us to do that so that you can perform better in the essentials in your life. Think about it as you know how you edit your students' work in writing?
Yeah.
This way, so you're getting rid of all the messiness, you're guiding the student in their writing, in their...
More concise.
make it more concise and focused. Do that. The Essentialist book, it talks about how to edit your life. And that's where I'm at right now. But I like that, how to edit your life, getting rid of all the nonsense stuff that doesn't really add value to my life. So that's a very good one. And that book is by Greg McKeon. And I forgot to mention that the Distraction Addiction is by Alex Sungjung Kim Pang. And I will have the links to these two books in our show notes for you.
And that talking about distraction addiction and the essentialism book, I think of like words like mindfulness and being compassionate for yourself. We know that we as teachers, we always think about the kids, but really if we are not healthy for them, if we're not mindful and clear, we cannot be good teachers. So it's just like parenting. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of a kid. Or like when you go on an airplane, right? The airplane staff teaches you how to use the oxygen mask. What do they say you should? Who should you put it on first?
You.
Yourself. Yes.
Right.
Okay. So all of you.
Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't. Make sure you breathe when you're emailing. Make sure you're exercising. Do some yoga. Do some running around. Even for like 30 minutes a day. That's great. Laugh and smile. And I like to say, also live long and wide. Okay. All
right. Well, thank you for joining us and taking the time to listen to us. If you have any comments about this episode in terms of any ideas to prevent teacher burnout, please subscribe to our show. Leave an honest rating and comment for feedback. It'll really help us make our show better and allows it to be discovered by other educators like you as well. Please visit us at our site, teachingbites.com, to subscribe and visit and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/teachingbites.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Teaching Bites podcast at www.teachingbites.com.